Okay, we are live again. I'm just going to check audio on my phone itself.
Good. Can you move the tripod a little bit more? Make a big screen. Yeah, I'll make it a big screen of this. It goes on live already, yes?
Yeah.
No, big screen. Put the screens. Go the iPhone to the screen. No.
No? Okay, which one?
This one.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Going to check audio now. Just give us a minute. Thank you for your patience and thank you for informing us. Now the audio is good. Okay, so let's start learning. Yes. So let's start from the beginning. The first question to Master was whether his teaching, Master, have you taken any principles from modern fitness to your Karlakattai teaching?
No, I didn't take any modern principle to Karlakattai teaching. I take a style of how to teach in modern world to Karlakattai traditional practice of Karlakattai. The theory I take how to take this art towards to the modern kids and modern life people, modern style life people. They need more traditional fitness in modern style. So we modify for them. We create a syllabus modified on their lifestyle. But we can't take anything from modern to Karlakattai. Karlakattai already is what they practice traditional Karlakattai is a traditional Karlakattai. So, but the principle of training Karlakattai in modern style and traditional style. In modern style, people use when I travel to UK, US or somewhere, I don't take a Karlakattai. So I go for a short visit, I don't take a Karlakattai. I just use I go and buy the sledgehammer and I practice with the sledgehammer as the same as the Karlakattai rotations. So that is for me is a modern style of doing Karlakattai. This sledgehammer, but one thing on sledgehammer, it's you can't practice every movement, but at least for one week or 1 month, it's give you a workout for your body. But in long term, it's not good enough. It's not giving you the full powerful workout as Karlakattai gives you. So that nowadays people use metal with iron Karlakattai, but the Karlakattai made in iron. Okay, it's not then that it is a modern style of doing Karlakattai, traditional Karlakattai in modern life, but it's not 100% is a benefit as a Karlakattai practice.
Okay. Are there any negative effects of practicing with this metal Karlakattai?
Of course, there are some kind of issues people have from practicing metal Karlakattai because Karlakattai is made with wood in tradition, but that would give you the medical benefits. Okay, if you have you can't Karlakattai paint the Karlakattai because Karlakattai is important. The Karlakattai gives you medical value and medical benefit from your holding a Karlakattai. Okay, touch the Karlakattai. In ancient days, children use a marapachi. Marapachi means it's a small wooden toys. Kids are playing with marapachi all the time. Take the woods and then put it in your mouth, and the wood will be go to the body, into the digestive system. It helps to improve the digestive systems. Because that's why the wooden toys also made with medicinal wood. But nowadays, the modern lifestyle people is using the iron bars and stuff. You take the iron bars and practicing Karlakattai. The joints from your finger joints and the muscles and the ligaments in your joints is loosening you. So your hands are the external skins are very rough. Internal ligaments are dissolved. Okay, it's not more anymore because it's melting. Because you are holding the irons. Irons, if you hold the irons with a really more pressure, using your more strength to hold you. Also, your hand will be sweat. The sweat will be sleep your the iron bar, so you hold tightly. In wood, there is attractions, the body, natural materials, the body designed to hold the natural materials. Your body designed for natural material, hold for natural materials. When hold the Karlakattai, there is some kind of natural healing. So you won't get any skin marks or anything in your hand. If you do iron or Karlakattai, your hand got rough. You can't even wash your hand with rub your skins, all the rough hands you have because you're holding the metals every day. So that's why even the hammer, they use a hammer, heavy hammer. They use a metal hammer with a wooden handle only. They can use a metal hammer with a wooden with a metal pipe. They don't use a metal pipe. Even the sword, okay, the kati, okay, the wooden sword. Wooden sword is made with a wooden handle only, not the metal handle. If the traditionally people knows the metal is stronger, why they don't make the metal handles? They only make the sword with the wooden handles. Because the holding things is wood is the best. So always that must be you will understand. You're holding your irons and then you always slippery and drop the Karlakattai down and you break the space, break the floor with iron Karlakattai. So with the wooden Karlakattai, it doesn't break anything. Even if you drop your legs or anything, it's not mash your fingers. Okay, it can make injuries. It's not the worst injuries you have with wooden Karlakattai. So the iron Karlakattai is dangerous. Also, it's not 100% is giving you the benefit. So the best traditional type of Karlakattai in authentic wood, and also the Karlakattai must be on perfections of the shape of each Karlakattai. The dimension, the weight, the wood, the shape, the handle, the length of the handle, the body, the head, everything is the measurement, under the measurement of Karlakattai. Each Karlakattai. Like Kai Karlakattai, different shape, different measurement. Pudi Karlai, different. Kusti Karlai, different. Topa Karlai, different. And Guja Karlai, different. And Padi Karlai, completely different sizes. So there's a different way of practicing and different wood also be used. So that's very important in traditional practice.
Okay. Does the same apply to metal maces? Because nowadays, we also see people practicing with metal mace, whereas Gada is both in metal and wood. So, how does those new modern maces compare with the traditional design of Gada?
Because it's a, in ancient war, like Mahabharata and Ramayana. Ramayana, for us, what is I believe in Ramayana? Ramayana is wooden age. Wooden age of Ramayana for me is wood age. Most people, most weapons is made with wood. Okay. In Mahabharata is metal age. What my mind and what I feel about what we practice, okay, is metal age. But even the metal age they don't use the iron Gada. They use the 5-element Gada. Gada made with 5 elements. He is the metal of magnetic metals. The 5 metals made with magnetic power, the cosmic energy. They give you the cosmic energy. So that's why the god idol was made with 5 elements. Okay, the bronze. So that is very important. That metal and Gada, wooden Gada is the best and best. Sometimes wooden Gada can go for war. If you break in wooden Gada, you lost yourself because of your Gada. Because of your opponent have the metal Gada, you have the wooden Gada. Must be possibility is any way to break it. So then you can make with the bronze Gada, made with powerful energy, with the cosmic power, with this, and then that wooden handles are made with copper. Okay, copper, gold, silver, lead, and tin or iron they use. So these all combining elements, it's giving you the power of strength of the Gada. So the Gada was made with a 5 element. Then you use the Gada, you can't bend the Gada. So Gada, even the metal Gada, you hold it at one swing on full 360 swings and drop it down, it can break up. So that's why they make the diamonds of like a triangles of the whole Gada. Each Gada was made of triangles. So there is a perfections of making the Gada, making the scientific reasons of making Gada, the scientific dimensions of making Gada, and then the length, and then the breadth, and then the handle, and then the head, and then the tip to everything is a different. Okay, to make the Gada. So nowadays people use a mace, okay, they use a mace, but because the people can't make a gada is not is a round ball with a big handle. Even if you make a gada nowadays in some people in North India, the Kusti warrior use a concrete gada. They make a concrete balls with big long sticks. They use like a practice like gada. You don't go for Varanasi and things. They make a concrete ball with a long sticks. They use as a gada. Because the perfections of Gada, not many people can make it. Sometimes they make a Gada, with a 5-element Gada, you can make a carbon gas, it will be molded, they will be molding the Gada, the mold will be exploded. So the people tell me sometimes they make God statues also exploding the mold. So because of the carbon, they create a carbon gas. So that kind of things is very dangerous. In long time before, the people tell me the mold also dangerous to make a Gada. So they make the half mold, so half mold, and then they make it after the join together and melt it, and then they put the mercury inside the Gada. So when you swing, the mercury was swing 10 times, the mercury show the heaviness of the Gada. So when you hold the Gada, where the part of Gada is hold the ground, that part of the place the mercury all go to the pressure to the ground. So it could, when you go to the liquid mercury to the Gada, then they use the Gada. But nowadays you can't make it because the mercury becomes out of the things, they're not perfection finishing on Gada, the mercury comes out of the Gada. So the more the liquid mercury will put the Gada inside and swing, it looked like a lighter in the beginning, and when a few seconds later, it automatically is so heavy because it's liquid metals inside. So nowadays, this Gada was not many people will make it. I have a couple of Gadas and made wooden Gadas and metal Gadas and bronze Gadas and copper and 5-element Gadas. So it's a different way of making. The science of making is already a bigger science. So like a mace, you can make an iron ball with a long iron bars. Okay, the mace, and then they call the mace swinging, but people use the mace swinging because it's a good thing. But people use the gravity force. Lift the gravity, drop to the lifted gravity. Drop and lift the gravity. People look, it's oh my god, it's so heavy, and how can you do it? But it's not so heavy they're using the 360 dimensions of gravity force. Drop it and then lift it up. And drop here and lift up. And drop there and lift up. And drop there and lift up. So it's making the gravity force. So the gravity force also the pulling force and dropping force. Pulling, dropping. You can't lifting and downing, arm stretching. So they don't use this. So it's a lifting and dropping down. So that is the force they use for mace. Same power you can't use Gada. Gada is a big heavy head. So you can drop means you now need to lift it with your full strength. And then you can't drop it down, you have to drop it down with the strength. So it's a different theory.
Okay. How does kettlebell or dumbbells compare with Karlakattai?
You know, I told you the inner round, that Karlakattai we use we have 2 legs here. I'm also using modern sports of Karlakattai sports. I use the 5 movements of Karlakattai sports. That's my modern style of Karlakattai sports competitions. So that style you do with Karlakattai. You know, I do take the Karlakattai and beat down to the leg and then lift it up, and you use the lower back. So the mostly L4, L5 problems will be, you never have this L4, L5 problems. Okay, and that is the shapes now in Western world, it doesn't have the Karlakattai in the right manner, right shape, right dimension. So they use a kettlebell, something they want to do it. So that's good things, and they make a round ball with handle on it, and then use a kettlebell. Kettlebell all same style of Karlakattai rotation. Karlakattai have 64 rotations. Okay, in 64 rotation into 5 types in Gadha. 64 into 5, how much?
320.
320, yes. 320 movements you have to do with Gadha. Okay, 320 movements you can train with Gadha. Each movement into 5 styles you can use it. Things. So 64 movements of learning Karlakattai, and then the 64 into 5 different types in Gadha. So 320 swing you can do with Gadha. So the Gadha is also perfections of the warrior Gadha, the performance Gadha, the practice Gadha. The practice Gadha, practicing traditional practice Gadha for your training. You can't take your practice Gadha for war. Warrior Gadha is good for war Gadha. You can't practice as a war Gadha for your workout. It's not good for workout, it's good for offensive and fighting, defense, offense, everything. It's a warrior Gadha. So double hand Gadha, 2-hand Gadha with single Gadha with having both hands. So that Gadha, you can bring it the Gadha, I'll show you. So there one Gadha there. See, this is a Gadha, this is a double hand Gadha, you see? Double hand Gadha. It's like a double hand Gadha, you can fight with both hands. It's a swing Gadha. Okay? See it? It's a double hand Gadha. Okay? This one they used to fight, they used to fight with both shoulders, and then they used to defense like weapons. Defense like weapons, they defense like weapons. Okay? So this is you use your arm strength. Fully your arm strength. See? The fully your arm strength they use. So this is a Gadha, it's for double hand Gadha. So like example, in ancient times, the people use the monkey force, okay, called the Mandi Padai. In Tamil called Mandi Padai, we call it Banu Padai. Like example is a monkey also used in the war, the dogs also used in the war, they use a lot of animals, dangerous animals they use in the war, snake also they used in the war. In the Sarva Padai they use, the elephant they use, the horse they use, a lot of animals they use. Even the pig also they use for war, the wild pigs. So a lot of animals also they use in ancient war. So they can't use with a knife or things and spear anything. It works only the Gadha. Gadha is one big movement of one swing movements. It always take away from your enemy, away from your place. So they leave your space. So what any other weapons, you can't leave your space. You can stab the people, fight with people. The people still stand there in front of you. Gadha only to throw the people away. So that's why they use the Gadha force. Okay? But nowadays the humans are not strong enough. Modern man was a modern workout, a modern looking, like a monster looking body, but doesn't have the monster strength inside. Okay, the body is traditional looking body, is not having any cuts in the body. It's not a dehydrated body. It's an elastic muscles body. The body is like a machine. It's 100 times powerful than the machines. Okay, 360 dimension your body rotating yourself. So nobody holding you in any directions. In modern body is so big, so strong, they can't lift it, they can't down, they can't push it down. Their own body push it down, their own force will be break their backbone, break their arms. Okay, like example, simple theory I'm telling you, the arms was like this. They can't do the 4 elbows, their ribs tighter like this because their ribs are like this. Because the V shape comes the V shape here, so they can't go inside. So they can't hold their arms up. They can't touch your hands on your back. It's a difficult. So they say that if you don't touch your back, someone stab the knife on your back, you can't touch it. Somebody hold your neck, you can't hold the neck. Somebody know you can't touch your neck. This is very important. So your full body you touch with your hands. In Karlakattai and Gadha force. In modern way of body style, if you look big bicep, big body, big arms, big elbow, everything big, but doesn't work for you. Okay? You can't even hold the hand like this because it's more big. It's more big. But the stamina is very less. but you can't hold it too long. Okay, so like example, Gadha, don't be scared. Okay, Gadha and up. Okay, the Gadha and up. The Gadha and up. So the 360 dimension of Gadha, you can use the Gadha and up. So you can sitting under all the positions, they use the Gadha. Also, the Gadha is throwing the Gadha. Sometimes they use the hit the animals to swing the Gadha and leave the Gadha. So Gadha will go full force and hit them and hit animals and hit the peoples. Is something to enjoy. Sometimes they use the chariot breaking with the Gadha. They use the Gadha swing and throw the Gadha and break the wheel of the chariot. So it break and then fall down. So the Gadha is a big force they use. But nowadays, this is not a big Gadha. This is a hand Gadha. It's a double hand Gadha they use for throwing force. It's not all other Gadhas they used. So the Gadha styles are not anymore. The Gadha we have to develop again, to bring back again. Last years we do our theatre, like a performance names called Bhima Dandavam, is how the Bhima used the force to fight with the Gadha. That is the theory of the story. That now 12th of December is International Karlakatti Day. Everyone who is interested will come to the day for our curriculum. We have a special day. We have a lot of Varma therapy courses. Varma therapy, people have the shoulder pain, arm pain, leg pain, hip pain, frozen shoulder, frozen neck, okay, head spinning, any nerve tap in your neck, spine. You have the head spinning, always head spinning like this. Sometimes head dizzy, giddy head. So that people come for therapy, free therapy, full day courses, all free. We give the free lunch as well, and then the tea and everything, and then a lot of performance. And many students are doing world records. And that is the International Karlakatti Day Festival. Every year we are celebrating this festival at Gurkulam. Prakash also doing Prakash from Canada using a world record through the Zoom, and some other students are teaching free, like a lot of coaches was giving a free training, and there's a Trisha also giving a lot of free training courses for the ladies who have issues. Therapeutical Karlakattai, and people who make a wrong mistake and on the day Karlakattai do and make mistakes, that's also we can explain it, and then also conference. There are a lot of things going on 12th December. You can come and join it. Free, it's all free. So anyone who's doubt about Gadha, you just don't try to practice Gadha without learning proper teachers. It can be hit and it can be dangerous. Okay. Also, if you want to become modern world, modern training is not compatible for traditional practice. So you have to think, and what is giving you want a good health, just think which is important, modern or traditional important. So nothing is important. The good practice is important. So all the practice was modern training is a newly injuries. They created new injuries. The traditional practice already we made injuries for many people, and then they give you a lesson to us. Okay, but Gadha practice, 1,000 people injuries, and then they already explained to us, don't do this mistake ever again. Already we learned. So that's why the traditional training is always helping for us today. So if anyone mistakes in and this is not good movement. If you do this, you can break you lost your ligament very early. Your ligament issues you can get it because it can grab your two bones was wrong movements. Is create you create a wrong frictions in the body. It can destroy your ligaments. That kind of movements also is involved in Karlakattai. So that's why you have to train with certified coaches. I always recommend this. Anything you will learn from our curriculum through our curriculum, try to ask our students who are really certified coach. Then you accept your lesson. Don't go to the just normal people who non-certified people will teach you and then make you injuries, and then you complain to the old traditional practice of giving you injuries. Okay, now again 1 more century going to lose the Karlakattai. Okay, this is a century all back to traditional. Okay, anything doubts, anything more, Trisha?
Yes. So, Master, if someone starts practicing Karlakattai, you don't recommend, practicing side by side with modern gym equipments, right?
Definitely, because you workout this is a full workout. The Karlakattai is already giving you full workout. So why you need any other more practice? That is not giving you any sense. But you're telling you eat canned food every day, and then all the nutrition is always clash each other. So taking a little by little everything. You try this one, you just try this. The practice is already to fulfill your body. Only the Gada practice is Hanuman and Bhima. Now there's a gym practice, any Hanuman, any Bhima, you see. You don't see any people saying new Hanuman and new Bhima. All traditional peoples are Hanumans and Bhimas there because they know how to control the 10 airs, 10 types of airs. They are called Vayu Putras, the son of wind. Because why they called son of wind, they already control the 10 gases in the body, 10 air in the body. Okay, they can breathe only oxygen. That's called pranayama. Okay, it's a 10 different type of pranayama. Prana gas is oxygen in Tamil. Okay, there's the helium gas, hydrogen gas, nitrogen gas. So a lot of gas. Okay, but we can't breathe. But you can breathe. You can breathe under the water. Why the Duryodhan going to under the sea, under the river to breathe? How can he breathe under the river? Because you do the Gada to take a hydrogen, breathe in hydrogen. So H2O, you breathe H2O. You are breathing only oxygen. He breathing the H2O. Okay, so that's the beauty from Gada. When you do Gada practice, you can breathe any gases. Carbon dioxide also you breathe. The body designed for any breathing. Because that is the workout you can learn from Gada. That's why Hanuman and Bhima can't Vayu.
Okay. So the first step is always Maipadam, right?
Yeah. Without Maipadam, without old design Gada, old 6 type of Karlakattai, you'll practice until the Majaka Karlakattai completions, and then only you come for Gada. Gada is a spiritual, traditional fitness. It's a spiritual means he's a Gada, you think Gada is a god. Okay? So it's not it's a spiritual base. You are spiritual. When you take a Gada, you are a god. Okay, you become a god. So automatically you try to understand your health better, and your breathing is better, your actions is better, your movement is better, your energy is better, your stamina is better, your power is better. So everything is combined in one human body. All you get from Gada. Okay, so the Gada is a spiritual practice.
Okay, so if this information inspires you to start learning Karlakattai and then progress towards more spiritual practice like that, then remember the first step is to join the basic class, the first level. So write to us. You can send a message to Master on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube if you are interested in joining the class. And that's where the first step is. So take the first step, and then you can also reach the level of practice and mastery. So thank you so much. Thank you, Master, for your time.
Thank you for thank you.
There are some questions. Do you want to answer?
Yeah, can you answer?
Yeah.
The title, this one, the title of the. What is the questions?
Okay. And I'll just. Okay, so there is a question from Wasim Omar. He's asking if my Karlakattai is only 3 kg, is that okay, or should I train with a heavier one?
So that means the body weight is a 54 kilo. If he's over 54 kilo, and what is his height? I want to know.
Okay, Wasim, you will have to message us details about your height and weight, and then Master will be able to guide you better. Okay, then there is a comment. It's better to use less weight and more counts. That gives awesome strength. More weight will increase stress on muscles and nervous system.
Yeah, in the beginners they use a more less weight and more time to practice in the beginning for 5 years or 2 years or 3 years. You can't make your too much strength to beginnings. It means you are lost the proteins and the minerals in the body. So by always using with the less weight is always helping you, but not under the weight, under your body weights, biometric weights. Okay, that must be you can inquire with your coaches or asking us. We can guide you.
Okay, that's it.
First two questions.
Yes, okay.
Thank you.